Hi and welcome to Dave Culinary. I'm Punita Dave and today we are going to make falafel. Now you might have seen in restaurants the falafel are very crunchy from outside and you must be wondering how do they do that? And I'm going to tell you exactly how do they do that. Not only that, sometimes you make falafel and it comes apart when you try to fry it. So I'll give you some tips on how to make sure it doesn't come apart. So let's jump right in and make falafel. So what we have here is 2 cups of garbanzo beans which I have soaked for about 18 to 24 hours. I have 2 packed cups of parsley leaves, 1 packed cup of cilantro leaves, half a cup of chopped mint leaves, 2 tablespoons of salt, 4 teaspoons of cumin powder, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons of Za'atar Spice mix, 1 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, and as needed we are going to use besan or chickpea flour. We are going to use panko breadcrumbs for binding. We'll use slurry to hold the falafel together if needed, and we'll use some oil for frying. Now, what does a packed cup mean? A packed cup essentially is when you fill up the cup and press it down and make sure it's 1 cup. So when it expands, it becomes a little more than a cup. But we have packed cup of cilantro leaves and we have 2 packed cups of parsley leaves. Take only the leaves for parsley, cilantro, and mint. Don't take the stems. You can use the stems for vegetable stock, but don't use it for the falafel. They bring a bitter taste to the falafel. Also, the garbanzo beans, 2 cups of them, when they are soaked overnight, they expand and become double or triple in size. So they expand quite a bit. So soak them in a large container. And Za'atar spice mix is my own addition to the recipe. You won't find it in other falafel recipes. So here we are soaking our 2 cups of garbanzo beans. I recorded this the previous night. Soaked them in about 10 cups of water. So 5 times the water, and then we cover it and let it sit overnight. So after soaking it for about 18 hours, the beans have become softer. When you press it with your finger and thumb, they get crushed. So they are ready. We are now going to put it in a food processor. I have a large food processor here, and we are going to blend it together. You want to create a coarse mix like the one that I have. You don't want to create a puree, so make sure there is not too much of water. After garbanzo beans, we are going to bring in our parsley and our cilantro and our mint leaves and mix all of them together as well. Once again, we don't want a puree, we want a mix like the one that we have here in the food processor. Now to this, we are going to add back our garbanzo beans that we had blended earlier. We'll add the salt, the cumin powder, the coriander powder, the za'atar mix, the black pepper, so all the spices. And now we are going to pulse grind this. So we are simply going to pulse it together, pulse it and then give it a rest, mix it everything together with a spatula, then again pulse it. This might take a little bit longer, but don't worry, there is method to madness. If you make your falafel mix this way, you're going to make really good falafels. You don't want to make a puree, you want to make a mix like the one that I have here. Now if your mix is too dry or too separated, you may add a little bit of chickpea flour the way I did to create a mix that is more moldable. Once you have that, you grease your hands with oil and you create a falafel the way I did. You can shape it whichever way you like. So it's up to you how you shape it. And with this mix that we have created, we can create about 30 average size falafels. If you're making smaller ones, you might be able to create even more. If you make larger ones, it will be less, so it depends. but we are now going to shallow fry our falafels. We dip them in a slurry. The slurry is made with water, all-purpose flour and cornstarch, a ratio of 4:2:1, and we used Panko breadcrumbs. That's what makes your falafel crunchy from outside. That's what you see in the restaurants. So Panko breadcrumbs are the secret to making your falafel crunchy from outside, and a little bit of besan to hold your falafel together is a secret to making sure your falafel doesn't break when you're frying it. So those are some tips, and our falafels are now getting ready, so we are going to relish them and enjoy them. So we got one batch out, and this is the second batch that we are frying, and this way you're going to fry all your falafels. We usually make the falafel in bulk because they are difficult to make. So when we make them, we make more, and then we enjoy them for a couple of days, either with dips like the labneh that I have here. You can find the recipe for labneh in our chutneys and sauces playlist. You can have it with tzatziki, you can have it with hummus, you can create a falafel pita out of it. So there are many ways you can enjoy your falafels. You can even have them with salad. So enjoy them whichever way you like to enjoy them. But those are our falafels, and make them and let us know what you think. So that was falafel. You can have it just by itself. You can have it with some dip. You can have it with green yogurt chutney. You can look up the recipe in our chutneys playlist. You can have it with tzatziki. You can have it with labneh, as you saw in the video. So there are so many different ways you can relish your falafel. You can even put it in your pita and make a falafel pita out of it. So enjoy and let us know how you liked our recipe of falafel. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write those in the comments, and we'll be very happy to answer those. And if you like us and you like our videos and you like our recipes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in our next video. Till then, bye bye.